And Moses joins us with sports. And the Lloydminster Bobcats are getting to rekindle the rivalry with Fort McMurray.
Yeah, back-to-back games starting tonight at home against the Mob. And of course, these two teams have had some heated battles in the past. And to throw another log in the fire, the Cats are just 3 points behind the Mob in the standings. So a sweep would be huge for those Bobcats, who have fallen short in the two previous meetings this season with the Barons.
We've played them twice now, and we've only came out with 1 point out of the 4. And I mean, obviously, this would give us the opportunity to bypass them. And having Gord here now, having changed shoes and coming to Lloyd, it would certainly be nice to pick a weekend up for him on his behalf as well.
The big thing will be to avoid penalty trouble. Fort McMurray's power play is ranked 3rd in the league, and Van Herway knows they need to avoid those careless penalties.
Their power play is very good, and you got to play a disciplined style. You got to be in your face and finish your checks and play that gritty style of hockey, but you can't go over the line too much with them, because guys like Houcher and whatnot that are leading the league, if you look at their point breakdown, a lot of it's on the power play.
The Bobcats will be without the services of Jimmy Tisch this weekend due to an upper body injury. Meanwhile, Ashton Clark will miss tonight's contest after root canal and is day-to-day. All right, to the ACAC Soccer Championships. They'll get underway. More on that in a moment. But last night, the 6 best teams in the province were on hand for the annual awards banquet. The big winners come as no surprise. The ACAC Division Player of the Year went to second-year striker Stefan Kukovic. Now, Kukovic had a phenomenal regular season, leading the province in scoring with 14 goals in 10 games, while his head coach Kevin Wagner takes Coach of the Year honors for the South, guiding them to the program's best ever showing, going 7-1-2.
It really comes down to our athletics department with support and with the direction I want to take. I've never had anything but support from Al Rogan, and then within the team, Danny Schneider is assistant coach, and Zach Wagner is goalkeeper trainer, and then personally, obviously, I have a wife and a family that understands that I'm never around enough.
Well, last year I was rookie, and it was harder, a new environment, everything new, and different position. I was more defensively based player, and this year I come up strong attacking side, scored some nice goals, assist a couple of them, and looked good for me and for the team.
Some of the other notable winners from last night include Bruno Zebi from the Nate Ooks, grabbing the Rookie of the Year nod. Coach of the Year for the North goes to Connor Brady of Keano College. A couple of Rustlers were on the South Division All-Conference team, Kukovic along with Darko Hardy, Sasha Savic, and Alexandro Campos. Now to the action on the pitch. The Rustlers have a bye to Saturday's semifinal, so today they would find out who they face in the first quarterfinal matchup. Medicine Hat Rattlers in black taking on the Nate Ooks in white. Pick it up in the second half, 2-0 Nate. Dexter McLaughlin will chip it to Iggy Broda, who will sidestep the keeper and puts away the finishing touches in a convincing 3-0 victory over Medicine Hat. They will now face the Rustlers in tomorrow's semifinal at noon. And I know Bart Patiasic, a former Nate grad, likes that. Meanwhile, the State Trojans in white taking on Augustana in black. The contest went back and forth with the Trojans getting the better of the opportunities, but solid goalkeeping would keep this one scoreless through 45 minutes. State would break the deadlock, scoring 4 unanswered, however, in the victory. They will now face Keano in the other semifinal. And that's all the time we have in sports. In our first look, that is. Gerard Lampow has your weather details coming up. The Rustlers men's volleyball team are coming off a big opening weekend as they swept the Concordia Thunder in both nights, but that only has satisfied their sweet tooth temporarily, as they are keen to jump on Keano College starting tonight. Claire Hanna has more.
The dust has settled from the Rustlers' first home sweep of the season, but they are ready to shake things up again. Leading the squad with 19 kills on Friday and 14 kills on Saturday, Savannah Walking Bear knows he wants to keep going on a high note.
We wanted to start with a big win right off the hop, so we kind of set the bar so we know where we can play at, know the potential we can play at, and focus on our side.
This upcoming weekend, the Rustlers will be taking on Keanu College in a home-and-home. Now this past weekend, Keanu was questionable defensively as they had a mere 8 digs and 5 blocks against King College in their 3-1 loss on Saturday, which means the Rustlers could have a field day offensively.
You know, I think we're going to see big games again from Savannah and Tyson and those guys. They're pretty small at the outside blocker position. So if we get the matchups we want, it's going to be real good for our players. Might have some big nights.
Walking Bear knows this is a team he can take advantage of.
It makes me feel really confident. I have all my shots ready to go, and it's just, you know, it makes me feel a lot more comfortable knowing that this, you know, the defense is a lot weaker.
Tyson Weens, who had an impressive 17 kills in last weekend's wins, knows even though Keanu's defense is weaker, all cylinders will have to fire for the Rustlers to capitalize.
Our whole team has to execute for us to completely fulfill like what we want to accomplish in this game. So it's not just my position I'm worried about, it's everyone else's too.
Playing a weaker team can offer chances for bench players to get in, but Coach Dyer isn't getting ahead of himself.
When it all comes down to it, we need our best product on the floor, and if we get the opportunity to have some other guys get in, that'd be awesome for us and for them and us moving forward. But I wouldn't say we'd see too much different than what we saw last weekend.
Boys, go boys, 2-3.
Claire Hanna, Newcap Sports.
You can catch the Rustlers taking on the Keanu Huskies tonight, beginning at 6 with the ladies, men at 8, and tomorrow afternoon starting at 1 for the ladies, 3 for the men. Both games at Lakeland Gym. Meanwhile, the Rustlers basketball teams head to Fort McMurray to take on the Huskies. The ladies look to continue their winning ways, while the men look for their first win of the season. And how about some playoff action in the Wheatland Football League? The semifinals kick off tonight. The Holy Rosary Raiders taking on the Cold Lake Royals. The winner will face either Bonnyville or Lloyd Comp in next week's final. Now to the Holy Rosary Volleyball Tournament. The hosts taking on Lloyd Comp. First set, Raiders digging themselves into a hole, 20-9, but they do come up with the point there. Kai Desonier with the tricky bump. The Raiders staging a late rally as the Twin Towers, Ashley Eistetler and Avery Plandowski get the blocks against Allie Waters. And check out this huge dig by Ali Banez, giving her team the point. They'd be trailing just by 4, 24-20, but Amy Oliskin with the big solo block in the middle would give the Barons the first set. Second set, Desonier, a deep floater. Eistetter can't control it, gives up a free ball. Raiders come up with the big block. They would recover, the Barons would, and take the second set 25-18 and the entire set 2-0. And that's all the time we have in sports. Bart Padiasic will come back, as well as Gerard Lampow with the weather details and more from Newcap News.